Hi guys, GameTalk AZ Ajax 2-2, 1 point. Tomasz, we know how important this day is. We're almost at the end. We know PSV and Feyenoord are playing at the moment. We know also what the scoreline is at the moment while we're doing the recording. It's not in our favor. Let's reflect back on the game, AZ Ajax. You had some time to think about it. I just had a recording with Ajax. Was not pretty. What's your thoughts on the game in general?
Well, my thoughts in general are that the second half of the season is a disgrace already from us, and we're doing like everything in our everything possible to dig in even deeper. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable that we were able to play a very good for considering our current form first half, and then to do that. Do what happened after the second half. It's almost as if the guys don't care. I cannot understand what happened after the break. Absolutely no. I'm just lost for words, to be honest. Yeah. Well, I wanted to wear a Ajax shirt and so on.
Usually you do. Usually you do.
Yeah, I usually do. But I have. I guess you don't see it. It's it has BoJack Horseman faces all over it. Yeah, that's a very depressing cartoon, and that seems to be the case with Ajax as well right now.
So what's the reason for this, Tomasz? Why do you think, I mean, you say it's almost like we don't care anymore. Why do you get that feeling from the Ajax this second half of the season?
Well, because there's no reasonable explanation other than that. I mean, we lost like everything quality-wise, like just like that. And
you mean injuries, you mean, or you mean something else?
Sorry?
Do you mean the injuries, or are you talking about something else?
No, just the quality of
the game.
Football.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, yeah, injuries are not helping for sure. That's obvious stuff, but that's not a good enough explanation for what's happening right now.
Shouldn't be used as an excuse in your view.
No. I mean, if our football deteriorated a bit, yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly understandable. But we're like, I'm getting the Boer vibes right now, like late the Boer vibes,
yeah.
Which is, I wanted never to experience this again. And I'm experiencing right now just this. And I'm very sad, actually, close to being, mad. And, it was almost fun not to feel anything, because just to enjoy nice football and so on. And right now, Ajax is making me feel emotions, and the ones that I didn't really miss. So yeah, we can approach it in another way a bit. I can talk about some not bad things. I mean, we can say that Ten Hag was able to prepare a good game plan. However, he wasn't able again to react to the game scenario. I believe that first half we looked like real champions. Yeah, we as it was, they almost didn't get the opportunity to fart. Yeah, we were way better. Like, I was shocked that we were able to put such a performance in our current form. However, the second half was, regular Ajax, regular current Ajax. And again, I mean, I saw a lot of criticism regarding Aller not being subbed in the second half, and I have to understand that. I gave him a 3 for this game, lowest in our team. However, considering we didn't have a striker on our bench, I thought that maybe that was the reason, because Ten Hag might have been aware of the fact that Brobbey might have to be substituted and so on. So that's still not a good enough explanation, because we could have left Tadic in the middle and so on. Yeah, I mean,
Tomasz, sorry. Can I ask you a question, or do you want to? Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Look, in general, right? You mentioned already something today. You mentioned like the in-game. I mean, the tactics beforehand was fine because we started great, in your view, yes. which I understand as well. Then you say second half, you see it's going not our way. Things are changing. We're not displaying the same performance. Ten Hag reacts a little bit late. Is there any other thing except for that, or is this the biggest story of today's game in your view?
Well, I get the strong impression that there's something that's invisible for us. That's something that's missing. I don't know if we got complacent somehow during the break because it was almost too good, or I don't know, or maybe we cannot react if things go bad. I mean, we were able to bounce back and get a tie at least. Still, yeah. You know, what baffles me is that after the game, I see a lot of interviews. We're still in control, so that's good. But because we're still in control and it's all in our hands. Yeah, no shit, no shit. I mean, we knew that before the game we had four points more than PSV before the game, so that's no wonder. I mean, that's like almost taking the piss.
Yeah,
why
but
even mention that?
Yeah, but we're looking now at the situation in recent weeks. But if you look at a couple of weeks ago, we had a bigger lead actually than this.
Yeah, that's, and I mean, it should have been over a couple of weeks already. It should have been over, considering the quality of our team, the financial difference, the depth of the squad, the fact that Schmidt is not like, the most respected manager in the eredivisie for a good reason, not to downplay their current form. Yeah, they're playing very well. And the thing I'm afraid is the momentum. They have a great momentum, and I can't imagine them not winning the remaining 2 games. And the current dynamics with us, yeah, there's not much to say here, I guess.
There are a lot of things. Look, Thomas, there are a lot of things you can argue, right? We have been talking about this in the channel, and it's all, like you said, we don't know. We don't have the inside information. But you see like a couple of key players, like the right side is totally gone. I mean, Mazraoui came in, but he has been out for some weeks. You cannot expect the same level. We see that Ten Hag tried something new in recent weeks, playing 4-4-2. My question to you is, and this is something also Ajax referred to, and this is something also I had my question mark about before the game. Is it, also we saw it against Zwolle, by the way, is Haller the type of player that you can play 4-4-2 the way that Ten Hag implements this team? Because he is actually, in my view, a striker that is the best in the yard. He has to be delivered the ball in the yard. If you get him out of there and he has to track back, he was the one that has to track back on Wijndal. That doesn't make sense.
Well, but in all honesty, yeah, he's the player you have to deliver the ball to, right?
Exactly.
That happened today, and he missed from 3 meters away from the goal, which cannot be. We cannot ignore that. That's I mean, I very often defend Haller, and you know that. However, today that was absolutely unacceptable. And if somehow we're not champions, this is, he's going to be one of the players to blame. I know he helped us to gain the advantage and so on, but in the crucial moment of the season, our most expensive player ever, that's not good enough. And I know he says that sometimes it doesn't work fine and so on, and it happens. No, that's not good enough, Seb. No, just no. And coming back to your question, he's a good enough player to play 4-4-2, but not Ten Hag's 4-4-2. Yeah, this is a wingerless 4-4-2, and I understand the considering our current squad problems that we want to try something like that. I mean, I hate 4-4-2 as for Ajax because this is as far from Ajax as could possibly be, at least on the paper. But yeah, if you want to put him on the wing, and considering that AZ has Wijndal, so not the worst left back in the eredivisie, that's asking for trouble. And I know that it would have been a different story should we have won the game, which could have happened. Yeah, but it didn't. And no, he's too static. And I don't know, he had maybe 2 or 3 good pieces of football, like some decent-ish headers, like 40 meters away from the goal. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. And no, that's not the way. I really would rather play Ihataren.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I understand your point on Haller. I just want to ask you one more question about one player specifically, the one that blocked you on Twitter. You know who it is? Yes. You've been critical about him sometimes, but you do value him also. What do you think of his performance today? apart from the goal. I mean, he made a very important goal, but in general, because it's always a debate, you know, do we need a player like that on the midfield?
Well, it was pure Edson Alvarez today because it's Edson. If somebody didn't guess, it's always like that with him. I mean, it was pure Edson Alvarez. Great in tackling, great in stopping counters, and a huge liability when with the ball at his feet. Today, I really liked him. All in all, I mean, he was dispossessed a couple of times in a, you know, not a great place. Not that there are good places to get dispossessed, obviously. But all in all, he was the least of our problems today. And he's the type of a player. If we're playing good, if the whole team is playing good, he's a perfect addition. And but he's not helping us if we're struggling. So ideally, we should get a player that could, you know, play football, like be more Ajax-esque or Ajax-ish or whatever. But right now,
maybe we need.
Yeah. Sorry, we need him right now.
Yeah. One more player. I think your man of the match was Brobbey. I have to mention this.
Yes.
Yes. Why did you pick Brobbey?
Well, because he gave a lot of trouble. He caused much chaos in a good sense. He was present. Yeah, he was visible. He scored the goal. He should have gotten a very good opportunity, but the ref is no excuse for us. But yeah, we have our own opinions about what happened today in that department. Yeah, he was present, and he also retrieved some balls, so that was a good thing. And also, I want to praise Taylor for today, because I'm not saying he played a great game, because he didn't, but I'm encouraged by the way. I mean, he started terribly. He had a couple of very bad first touches, misplaced passes, and so on. But he was able to raise up, to improve. No, not to mention the pass to Brobbey, which wasn't perfect, but still he has it in him. Yeah, that's another long pass that ends up with a goal, and yeah, he has it in him. And we miss such a player, yeah, with such a long pass. So nice to have it. So he might have a future after all.
Yeah, look, wrapping everything up, right? We know what the scoreline is. I already told you that. We're not going to mention it here, but right now, virtually, it's only 2 points left. 2 games to go. One on Wednesday, one next week. Are you still positive?
I mean, no, I'm not positive, but I'm not negative either. It's 50-50 for me. And actually, Wednesday, I'm going to the hospital for like I have a small thing. I have to stay there for a couple of days. Nothing serious. Yeah, but you know, I wanted to just to sleep there and maybe even miss the 2 remaining games. But no, why would I get the opportunity? Yeah, I'm quite nervous before ahead of the last 2 games, and it's 50-50 for me.
Will you have an opportunity to watch the game?
Yeah, I'll have my phone, so that's no problem. But still, yeah, I mean, if you would have told me in December that we're 2 games away from the final game, we're going to be 2 points apart from PSV, 2 points ahead of PSV. Yeah, I would have asked you if everything's fine with you. I mean, if you want me to call an ambulance for you. And yet here we are. And I'm not happy. And I'm not going to shout and be very angry about all that. But I'm far from pleased as well. Yeah, and let's put it that way.